Welcome to the Heroes of Cosplay Sanctuary. This is your host, Scotty B. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Of course, if you're new to this space, make sure that you check it out, look around, look in the description, follow the links, follow us online, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for the notifications. Boy, it's a lot of work, isn't it? It's a lot of stuff to do. What we're going to talk about this week is how to make a video on YouTube, but not really going through the steps of how to make the video so much as we want to talk about, is there really only one way to do this? Because what I've been thinking about over the past few weeks, and as I've been creating more content and going through the seasons of the show, is that it seems very vanilla. It seems very much that there is really just one way to do this, that there's this tried and true method of how you build interest, how you get people to watch your whole video from start to finish, and how you tell them what they need to do next. And it's just a very straightforward, almost journalist approach to creating a video online, that you have to have your lighting and you have to have your camera all HD and 4K ready, and you have to make sure that everything's working, and that you tease the content in the beginning and then say, stay until the end where I reveal something really super secret. That there's just this sort of standard format for doing how-to content, or for creating a video online in order to make it engaging, or in order to play to the algorithm gods in some way, that you have to just do this the same way that everybody else does this, with your script in front of you, whatever the case may be. You know, your intro and your plug in the first third of the video, usually the like, comment, and subscribe, which I've already gone through today. That's, you know, one step. Of course, the body of the video is a step-by-step walkthrough of whatever you happen to be talking about, your story, your this is what I want you to learn from what I'm showing you, the how-to things, the step-by-step, and of course a lot of jump cuts, a lot of little graphic things, a lot of stuff, a little bit of busyness, a little bit of making fun of yourself as you go, right? But busier isn't always better. So to get back on track, there's also a bunch of cards that you can put in and links to different things as you go, just all little distractions, little interruptions, the memes that can get thrown into your video to make it more engaging and more busy for people, so that they keep watching what you're doing. And of course, you have to put your pitch at the end, and, you know, the comment and the like or don't like, whatever the case may be, the thank yous that go into you paying attention to me for 5 to 10 minutes at a time, which is great. But is this the only way to produce a video on YouTube? Does it have to follow this format? Do you have to welcome people to your channel and thank them for watching? Do you have to go through these steps every single time that you create a video, because you're not sure if they're returning or if they're new, so you want it to be scripted and straightforward? And I do find value in having a plan. It's always good to have a script. It's good to have some principles for writing that script. It's called loose script. And there's definitely a method to creating this. Of course, it's a little different for everybody, but yeah, usually you start with an intro, you go through the body of what you want to say, you explain what you said, you have the teaser at the end, and then you go through your outro. And that's kind of how we like to structure things. That's a lot to process. And I don't think it has to be completely 100% followed to the letter in order to get views, or in order to be relevant in this space. I think there are a lot of things that you can deviate from to create fun, engaging content on YouTube. But having a format is something that your audience can get used to. So that's part of it, is if they kind of know what to expect, at least they know your format, they know how you talk with your hands and so on, they know what you do, that being random or deviating from that, or just trying to be random to just be different from everybody else, if that's not your thing, that could really confuse the people who come to your channel, and they're like, well, what did he just do? Why is it so different than the last few videos that he made? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Make it yours, but make sure that it makes sense to your audience. Make sure that it makes sense to you, because if you're just trying to like do things to mix things up, or to try and be innovative or different, that can consume you. You can lose your whole you can lose your momentum on the video. You can get confused yourself in what you're even trying to do. And generally this happens when you're just trying to game that algorithm. You're trying to like get viral content out there, like I'm going to screw something up, or it's going to be just so over the top that people will have to watch this clip from this video and it will get shared a bunch of places. Like, that's just trying to game more views, game what your channel is really about, which can be very destructive to your viewership and to your channel and to your message and to your just overall brand. Like there's a lot of little different things that you can think about. This is your channel. What you create online is yours. You create it, so you should not have to be like every other channel if you don't want to be. It's your space. So if you're just using comparison to create all of the content that you're creating, then it's not really your content, or at least it'll make you feel like it's not really your content, right? Because the stuff that you're creating is really just based on what everybody else is doing. So you start to feel a little bit like, do I really want to keep doing this? Because it just doesn't feel like it's as good as what other people produce. So my best advice for you is, if you are trying to gain traction on YouTube, and really what I've heard from some very famous people, from some very disciplined people, is that you don't have to be the next whomever. You need to be the first you, and that's what you're trying to be. You're trying to be the first you, not the next whomever you might be trying to be. So if you're in cosplay, will you ever have a channel, or will I ever have a channel that looks like Allison Tabitha's channel, or Comic Girl 19's, or Cosplay Chris, just to name a few people that I follow and like their content? No, I don't think I can compare to any of those people and what they do, and just the amazing production quality of their content as it stands today. That is not what you're going to get from my channel here, or probably not in the near future. Would I love to add more production value to my channel? Sure, but the cost associated with that really has a diminishing return at this point with the type of content, with the type of help that I'm trying to provide, which is very different than someone like Allison or someone like Chris, who is very much into the detail and the work that they produce in cosplays, the cosplays themselves, which of course you're not going to get from me, at least not in the near future. So you don't have to be like them. I don't have to be like them. We improve as we go. We figure out what we're doing wrong and we make it better. And that is really the whole name of the game, and why Sanctuary exists today as a safe space to share these kinds of podcasts, to share these kinds of videos with you as we go through each season and each iteration of the show, which I really enjoy being able to share. So another solo episode for you folks. No Astrovoid this week and no guest this week, but of course, if you want to visit, go to www.heroesofcosplaysanctuary.com, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications when the videos come out on Fridays until C2E2 hits, that you will know when we're coming up with more content. So thanks again, everyone, for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.